People said beauty has a price, but no one in Ekem town imagined the price would be their peace, their dreams, and eventually their souls. And everything started the day Madame Bianca arrived. The morning was normal. Women sweeping their front yards, children running to school, shopkeepers opening their stores. But then a black SUV, tinted and silent, rolled slowly into the heart of the small town. The door opened, and a tall, elegant woman stepped out. Her presence alone made the street go quiet. She wore a flowing deep wine gown, diamond studs that sparkled in the sun, and carried an old silver comb in her right hand. Her skin glowed. Her hair was laid so smoothly that even the breeze respected it. People whispered, "Who is she? She looks rich, oh. See beauty." But nobody knew her name. Not yet. Bianca didn't greet anyone. She simply walked straight to the abandoned, dust-covered shop at the junction. A shop that had been locked for years since the last tenant died mysteriously. The landlord tried to warn her. "Auntie, this place is not..." She raised her hand gently, and the man went silent, as if someone pressed a mute button on his voice. She gave him a smile so soft, yet so cold. "I said this is perfect." By evening, strange noises came from the shop. Hammering, sweeping, drilling, yet nobody saw any workers enter. Lights flickered inside. Shadows moved against the curtains. A faint sweet fragrance floated down the street, making people feel sleepy. By the next morning, the shop had transformed into a luxury salon with a glowing sign, "Bianca's Touch." And that was when the real story began. People gathered outside, staring through the glass. Inside, the salon looks like a place touched by heaven. Mirrors so bright they looked like portals. Chairs upholstered in velvet, gold accented shelves. One pink light glowing like sunset. A diffuser spreading a soft hypnotic scent. No one understood how a single night changed everything. Madame Bianca finally stepped out. Her wine gown replaced with a black body-fitted jumpsuit and a gold waist belt. Her hair, bone straight to her hips, swung as she walked. She placed a small notice on the door. "Grand opening. Free hairstyles for today." That was all it took. Women rushed inside instantly. A bright, cheerful girl named Amara pushed her way to the front. "Madam, please, do braids for me. Anything you'd like." Bianca looked at her for a long moment. Then she smiled. "My hands already know what you need." Her voice was soft, melodic, almost like she was singing. Amara sat, chatting excitedly, until Bianca placed her hands on her head. Everything went silent. Bianca's eyes changed, just for a second, from brown to a faint glowing silver. Her fingers moved with impossible speed, parting, weaving, smoothing, braiding, like 10 hands working at once. The air felt charged. The mirror fogged from a sudden heat. Within 30 minutes, Amara turned and gasped. Her braids were perfect, not salon perfect, not influencer perfect, perfect in a way that felt unreal. The lines were razor sharp, the parts aligned like sacred geometry. Her hair shone as if lit from within. The entire shop froze. One woman whispered, "Ha, this is not normal, oh." Another muttered, "I've never seen hair this neat in my life." Bianca simply said, "Next." Amara took pictures outside. Within an hour, her post hit every WhatsApp story and TikTok feed in the area. Women started running, literally running to Bianca's Touch. The streets became chaotic, cars parked anyhow, women begging to enter, long queues forming like full scarcity, people offering money just to skip the line. Every woman who sat in Bianca's chair came out looking like a goddess. Her hands never slowed. She didn't drink water. She didn't take breaks, yet she never sweated. Her silver comb glowed under the salon lights. Some women noticed it, but they did not know that they were staring at an ancient object, an object that did not belong in the human world. As night fell, Bianca closed the salon, even with many customers still begging. She locked the glass door and left. The entire town was buzzing. By the next morning, everyone was talking about Bianca's touch. Women argued on the streets. Her braids are too perfect. No stylist is that fast. Let me just enter that shop before the crowd increases again. Meanwhile, Madame Bianca opened her doors at exactly 4 p.m. The same mysterious hour as yesterday. But this time, something strange happened. Amara, Bianca's first customer, walked in looking uneasy. Yesterday she was smiling. Today she looked pale, tired and slightly shaking. "Madam, please, my scalp has been burning since last night," she whispered. Bianca turned slowly. "Did you touch the braids after I warned you not to?" Amara froze. You warned me?" Bianca didn't blink. Her voice was calm. "Once my hands finish with your hair, you must not tamper with it for 48 hours. The shop went silent. Other customers shifted uncomfortably, but Amara nodded quickly. Sorry, madam. Just help me. I haven't slept." Bianca placed her palm on Amara's head. Immediately, her entire body relaxed. The burning stopped. The headache vanished. Her eyes softened like she had entered a trance. Bianca whispered, "Better." Then she sent her home. But something was wrong. Very wrong. As the day went on, women flooded the shop again. Bianca styled feed-ins, knotless braids, cornrows, wig installations, simple natural hair. No one could match her speed or precision. Her hands moved like they were guided by something unseen, and her silver comb never left her side. But behind the beauty, shadows collected in the corners of the salon. Mirrors fogged randomly. The lights flickered whenever a customer signed with satisfaction. A faint cold breeze circled Bianca's chair even though the windows were closed. People noticed, but greed overshadowed fear. Late evening, a woman named Ngozi walked in. Bold lady, loud, a gossip queen. She wanted long dramatic braids. "Make me fine, I beg," she joked, laughing. Bianca nodded, but as Bianca touched her hair, Ngozi flinched. Her body jerked. Her smile faded. Her breathing changed. The other women watched silently. Bianca didn't even look at Ngozi's face. She kept walking. Ngozi whispered suddenly, voice trembling, Who is breathing behind me?" Everyone turned. No one was there. The shop became cold. Bianca said quietly, "If you are scared, leave my chair." Ngozi swallowed hard and sat still. The moment Bianca finished, Ngozi stood up and stared at herself. Her braids were flawless, but her hands were shaking. She whispered, "I heard someone called my name, but no mouth was moving." Everyone stepped back slightly. Bianca locked her eyes on Ngozi through the mirror. "Go home. Don't stand in front of any reflective surface tonight." Ngozi trembled. "Why?" Bianca's lip curved into a slow smile. "You are not ready for what you see." The room froze. That night, Bianca closed the shop earlier than usual. She took off her gloves. On her palm were faint glowing mark symbols shaped like broken circles. They paused softly, as if breathing. She walked to the back of the salon and pushed open a hidden door. Behind it was a small dark room with only a mirror inside. The mirror was cracked, dusty, old. Bianca whispered, "I have started." The mirror rippled like water. A voice replied, "Collect more." Bianca lowered her head. "Yes, my queen." Around midnight, Amara shot up from sleep. Her braids were neat, perfect, but she heard something, a faint sound. Someone breathing hair, but her door was locked, her window shut. The sound grew louder, parting, weaving, tightening, pulling. Amara grabbed her phone, shaking. Then she saw something in the mirror across the room. A silhouette, a woman with straight flowing hair, standing behind her. Amara screamed. The figure smiled in the mirror, even though no one was behind her physically. The voice whispered, "Your head is not your own anymore." Amara screamed and fainted. The next day in Ekem town began with whispers. Women were scared, but the beauty from Bianca's touch was too tempting to resist. By noon, the salon was full again, but something didn't feel right. A coldness filled the air. The mirrors were dimmer than usual. Bianca's silver comb seemed to glow even in daylight. A young lady named Kemi entered the salon, complaining of dizziness. She had braided her hair at Bianca's touch 2 days earlier. "Madam, please, I feel like something is crawling under my scalp." Bianca didn't even lift her head. "You'll be fine." But while waiting on the couch, Kemi suddenly screamed, "My head! My head! Someone is pulling my hair!" Before anyone could rush to her, she collapsed to the floor. As people panicked, another customer, Titi, grabbed her own braids tightly. She cried out, "My hair is straggling by itself! Madam, please help me!" She fell too. Silence hit the room. Every other woman stepped back from Bianca, but Bianca simply said, "They touched their hair before the time. Not my fault." Her coldness terrified everyone. Word spread fast. People closed shops to discuss the incident. Small crowds formed outside the salon, whispering, "Her hands are not ordinary. These collapses are not normal." I heard someone saw lights inside her shop at midnight. My cousin said her comb shines on its own. But the most shaken person in the crowd was Bimbo, a rival stylist who had lost almost all her customers to Bianca. Bimbo was angry and scared. "I must know what this woman is doing," she muttered. And that night, Bimbo decided to follow her. Bianca closed her salon at exactly 9 p.m. She stepped out wearing a black hooded shawl, holding her silver comb. Her footsteps were quiet and precise. Bimbo kept her distance and followed her through back streets, past the market, toward the old shrine area behind the town. Bianca didn't look back. She stopped in front of an abandoned well covered in dry leaves. Then Bianca began humming, a low haunting tune. The wind changed. The air thickened. The leaves around her began to swirl on their own. The comb in her hand glowed bright, almost white. Bimbo covered her mouth to stop herself from screaming. Bianca raised her hands towards the well. A cold mist rose from it. Then a tall feminine figure, made entirely of long flowing hair, formed in front of her. The spirit's hair floated like serpents. Her face was blurry but beautiful. She spoke in a calm, dangerous voice. "Bianca, you are slow. Collect more heads." Bianca bowed. "I'm trying, my queen." The village fears too quickly. The spirit hissed. "Fear is good. Fear blinds them. But you must feed me. More customers, more hair, more souls." Bianca nodded, trembling slightly. "I'll do better, my queen." Bimbo's entire body shook. She stepped back, accidentally snapping a dry twig. Crack! Bianca turned instantly. Her eyes glowed silver. "Who is there?" Bimbo tried to run, but the shadow from the spirit shot forward and wrapped around her neck like a rope. She fell to the ground, choking. Bianca walked toward her slowly. "So you followed me?" Bimbo gasped, clawing at her throat. Please, please, I just want to know." Bianca crouched in front of her. Her face looked human, but her eyes were empty. She whispered, "Curiosity is a dangerous thing, my dear." The spirit head tightened around Bimbo's neck. Bianca placed her palm on Bimbo's forehead. Bimbo's eyes rolled back instantly. Her voice vanished. Her body went numb. Her lips froze mid-string. She wasn't dead, but she wasn't living normally either. Bianca stood and said to the spirit, "She will not speak again." The spirit smiled. "Good. Now get ready. Tomorrow, a visitor is coming for you." Bianca stiffened. "A visitor?" "Yes, someone who sees what humans cannot see." The spirit's voice darkened. "A man who carries fire in his words." Bianca's jaw tightened with fear. "But none of them can stop me," the spirit whispered. As the spirit vanished into the mist, Bianca trembled. A memory ripped open inside her. She remembered being 17, a mistreated apprentice in a filthy city salon, beaten, insulted, locked in overnight. One night, she escaped with nothing but tears and shame. She ran into the forest and collapsed under a crooked tree. "I'm tired. Somebody help me." The wind stopped. A woman stepped out, her dress woven from flowing black hair. Her beauty impossible, her eyes deep. "I am the queen of crowns," she said softly. "I give beauty, but I take something in return." She reached out her hand. "I can give you hands that heal hair, grow hair, and transform any woman into beauty they have never imagined. But in exchange, remember this: every strand you style binds a soul to me." Bianca looked at her bruised wrist, her swollen face, her life of humiliation. She placed her hand in the spirit's hand. Fire burned through her palms. Invisible marks sealed the deal. From that day, Bianca's hands were no longer human. Those hands were binding the women of Ekem town. The next morning, people found Bimbo lying near her shop. She was breathing, but she couldn't talk, couldn't move properly, couldn't react to anything. Her hands were stiff, her eyes wide open, her voice gone. Everyone screamed. "This is Bianca's work. Someone must stop that woman. She's a demon." And while chaos erupted, Madame Bianca's salon lights switched on by themselves, even though she hadn't arrived yet. Her silver comb glowed on the table inside. Someone whispered, "This is no longer ordinary. Something big is coming." Ekem town woke up shaking. 2 customers were still in the hospital. Half the women who styled their hair at Bianca's touch complained of nightmares. People gathered outside Bianca's salon, but no one dared enter. The salon lights glowed unnaturally. The mirrors flickered. Then a strange thing happened. A man none of them had seen before walked into the town. Tall, calm, simple white shirt, Bible tucked under his arm. People whispered, "Who is he? He looks like a pastor." No. This one looks like trouble for Bianca. He didn't stop to greet anyone. He walked straight towards Bianca's touch. He reached the salon door and placed his palm on the glass. The moment he touched it, every bulb inside exploded at once. People screamed. The glass cracked. The mirror shattered. Black smoke poured out like a living thing. Bianca appeared inside, staring back at him through the cracked door. But her eyes were no longer silver. They were pitch black. Her voice echoed strangely. "You are interfering where you should not." The man spoke softly. "I did not come for you. I came for the souls you bound." Bianca's smile vanished, and the ground beneath the salon began to tremble. The salon lights flickered again, except they weren't lights. They were strands of hair, glowing hair floating in the air. The spirit appeared behind Bianca, tall and terrifying, formed completely from long flowing black hair that moved like snakes. The crowd scattered in fear. The spirit hissed, "Leave this place, mortal. She's mine." The man didn't move. "She was yours when she was desperate, not now." Bianca shook, her face twisting between human and something darker. The spirit wrapped a strand of hair around Bianca's neck, lifting her slightly off the ground. "Speak," the spirit commanded. "Tell them you belong to me." But Bianca's voice cracked. "No." She grabbed her head, crying out in pain. "I'm tired. I don't want to do this anymore." The spirit roared, and the salon walls began shaking violently. The man raised his Bible. A wind blasted through the streets. People held onto poles as dust swirled everywhere. The spirit tried to hide inside Bianca, curling around her like smoke. But the man shouted, "Come out in Jesus' name." Bianca screamed as something ripped through her. Black smoke, hair like shadows, dark energies twisting violently. Suddenly, Bianca gagged. Then she vomited wet hair. Thick, slimy hair spilled from her mouth onto the floor. Black hair, brown hair, braids, curls, hair from every woman she ever styled. Bianca screamed as more hair poured out of her. The spirit burst out of her chest and slammed into the wall. The man shouted again, "You have fed on innocence long enough. Return to the dark river you crawled from." The ground split open beneath the spirits. The salon floor cracked, the mirrors shattered, the walls bent inwards as if sucked by an invisible force. The spirit screamed, trying to claw onto the walls. No! 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 Bianca crawled away, crying and shaking. And with one final roar, the spirit was pulled into the darkness beneath the salon, and the crack sealed shut. Silence. The building groaned, then collapsed in on itself. Dust filled the air. The silver coal melted into liquid and disappeared into the rumble. Bianca lay on the ground, weak, trembling and crying like a child. For the first time, she looked human, truly human. People gathered slowly. Bianca lifted her head. Her voice shook as she spoke. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I was desperate. I wanted success and respect. The spirit promised to help me, but every hair I touched, every scalp I braided, it took something from them. She broke down completely. The man helped her sit up. You are free now, he said. But freedom comes with truth. She confessed everything to the community. They listened, fearful, shocked, but relieved. Within hours, Bimbo regained her voice and movement. The collapsed customers woke up. The nightmare stopped. Sick women felt relief. People burned the remaining breath in fear. But the curse was already broken. Bianca was taken away for healing and rehabilitation. She didn't return to hairstyling again. But weeks later, she appeared in church. Quiet, humble, transformed. Shortcuts come with prizes. Never envy success you don't understand. And never forget, some hands create beauty, and some hands bind souls. Be careful who touches your head. This story reminds us that not every shortcut leads to success, and that we must be careful about the people we trust, especially with something as personal as our hair, our confidence, and our spirits. Thank you so much for watching this story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please also hit the notification bell so you never miss any of our new uploads. I really love to hear what you learned from this story and how it made you feel. So please drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll see you in the next story.